Look at your phone. Imagine it lighting up right now with the name of someone you have known for a decade, a friend, a coworker, perhaps even a family member. What is the immediate, visceral reaction in your physical body? For a very long time, you would have answered immediately. You would have been the sounding board, the ultimate listener, the reliable shoulder to cry on. But lately, something has fundamentally changed. You see their name on the screen, and instead of feeling a spark of connection or joy, you feel a sudden crushing weight in your stomach. You feel an immediate drain on your energy before you even hear their voice. So, you do the thing that terrifies you. You put the phone face down. You let it ring. You sit in the absolute silence of your room, staring at the missed call, and a wave of profound, heavy guilt washes over you. You start asking yourself the terrifying questions that keep you awake at night. Am I becoming a cold, unfeeling person? Am I broken? Am I slipping into a deep, dark depression because I literally do not want to be around anyone anymore? I know exactly how isolating that guilt feels. And I am looking directly at you today to give you the exact scientific and energetic truth. You are not broken. You are not becoming a bad person, and you are absolutely not slipping into a depression. You are a highly sensitive, conductive human being undergoing a violent biological upgrade, and your nervous system has just placed you in a quantum quarantine. If you are exhausted from carrying the emotional weight of everyone around you, and you are ready to understand the actual neurobiology of why your social circle is collapsing to make room for your sovereignty, I invite you to subscribe to this channel right now. We do not do cheap psychology or victimhood here. We master the mechanics of reality. Join us and let us decode exactly what is happening to your life. To understand why this painful isolation is happening, we must completely destroy the mainstream definition of what an empath actually is. Pop psychology has sold you a terrible, victimizing lie. They have told you that an empath is just a fragile, overly emotional sponge meant to absorb the pain of the world. That is entirely false. In my years of relentlessly researching the human nervous system, testing the limits of neurobiology, and analyzing the physical mechanics of human consciousness, the data is undeniably clear. You are not a magic sponge. You possess a distinct biological hardware feature. You have a highly conductive, hypersensitive nervous system and an incredibly expansive electromagnetic heart field. Your body acts as a massive, finely tuned biological antenna. You do not just hear what people say. Your nervous system literally mirrors their biological frequency. For most of your life, you operated in the exact same survival frequency as your friends and family. You were all vibrating in the beta brainwave state, the frequency of stress, hustle, anxiety, complaining, and survival. Because your frequencies matched, there was a chaotic harmony. You bonded over shared trauma. You connected over complaining about the economy, stressing about relationships, and dissecting neighborhood gossip. But recently, something inside of you broke open. You got tired of the pain. You started seeking silence. You began doing the deep, quiet work to regulate your nervous system. You started desiring peace over drama and wealth over struggle. And without you even fully realizing it, your internal frequency spiked. You began moving your brain into the coherent, peaceful states of alpha and theta. And this is the exact moment the agonizing physical dissonance began. You cannot have a highly coherent, peaceful electromagnetic field and place it directly next to a chaotic, fearful electromagnetic field without a violent physical reaction. It is the law of physics. When you sit at a dinner table now, and your old friends begin their usual routine of gossiping, tearing others down, or complaining endlessly about their victimhood, Your body physically rejects the environment. You are no longer vibrating at their speed. Their chaotic frequency hits your coherent field, and your nervous system registers it as a biological threat. You literally feel sick to your stomach. You get a sudden headache. Your throat feels tight, and you experience an overwhelming, desperate urge to leave the room. You are not being arrogant. You are not judging them. Your biology is simply and forcefully ejecting you from a toxic environment to protect your new frequency. This brings us to the hardest, most painful truth you will ever have to accept about the people you are losing. I need you to listen to this without defending them, because your liberation depends on it. Many of the people who are angry at you for pulling away never actually loved your presence. They loved your battery. For years, you were the free biological power source for their chaos. When they felt anxious, they called you, dumped their heavy, toxic energy into your conductive nervous system, and walked away feeling light and relieved. Meanwhile, you were left carrying their anxiety, completely drained, unable to focus on your own life. You essentially funded their dysfunction with your own vital life force. But now, because you are waking up, you have closed the energetic leak. You have stopped playing the role of the infinite emotional dumping ground, and people become incredibly hostile when their free electricity is suddenly cut off. They will call you selfish. They will tell you that you have changed. They will try to guilt-trip you by bringing up your long history together. They will say, "We have been friends for 20 years. How can you just ignore me?" Do not fall for this manipulation. The length of a relationship does not dictate its energetic value. A 20-year history of them draining your energy is not a badge of honor. It is a pattern of abuse that you are finally terminating. When they say you have changed, what they actually mean is, you are no longer submitting to my demands, and I can no longer control your energy. Take their accusation as the highest compliment. It means the upgrade is working. You are currently in what I call the quantum quarantine. When a patient undergoes a massive, life-saving organ transplant, the doctors do not immediately send them out into the crowded streets. They place them in a highly controlled, isolated, sterile room. Why? Because the patient's biological system is utilizing every single ounce of available energy to accept the new organ and heal the body. Any exposure to external bacteria, even a minor cold, could be catastrophic because the immune system is entirely preoccupied. You are undergoing a massive quantum and neurological transplant. Your brain is literally rewiring its neural pathways to hold the frequency of profound sovereignty, unshakable peace, and massive abundance. Your nervous system is recalibrating to a voltage it has never carried before. During this monumental internal construction, your system simply does not have the spare energy to process the chaotic, heavy, fear-based drama of the external world. Your biology has forced you into a sterile room. It has cut the social cords, isolated you, and made you crave silence so that it can complete the upgrade without interference. If you try to force yourself out of this quarantine too early, if you let the guilt win and you go back to those toxic dinners or answer those draining phone calls just to prove you are a good person, you are introducing deadly bacteria into your sterile operating room. You will delay your own healing, you will shatter your coherence, and you will fall right back into the exhausting cycle of the beta survival state. I know the silence of this quarantine is terrifying. The human ego is desperately afraid of being alone. You look around your life and the landscape looks empty. The phone isn't ringing as much, the calendar is blank. But you must train your mind to stop looking at this emptiness as a punishment and start recognizing it as the ultimate luxury. This void is not a sign of failure, it is the absolute prerequisite for creation. You cannot build a magnificent sovereign empire on the exact same crowded, noisy real estate where your old prison used to stand. The universe is clearing the plot of land. It is removing the people who were biologically programmed to keep you small, so that it can bring in the people, the opportunities, and the wealth that resonate with the master you are becoming right now. You must stop apologizing for your energetic boundaries. Stop writing long, explanatory text messages to people who are committed to misunderstanding you. The day an awakened empath stops explaining themselves is the day they become truly dangerous to the matrix of control. You do not owe anyone your vital life force. If someone cannot interact with you without treating you as a therapist, a savior, or an emotional punching bag, they no longer have the security clearance to enter your physical reality. It is that simple, and it is that ruthless. Embrace the quarantine. Use this profound, silent isolation to study yourself, to rest your adrenal glands, and to stabilize your new frequency. When the internal rewiring is complete, the doors of the sterile room will open automatically, and when you step out, you will not be the fragile, exhausted empath who needs to hide from the world. You will be a sovereign force of nature, magnetically pulling in relationships that are based on mutual power, not mutual trauma. I want you to anchor this transition into the physical world right now, today. I want you to go down to the comments section below this video and declare your absolute authority over your biological space. Type these exact words: I release the old. I honor my quarantine. When you type those words, you are sending a clear, undeniable instruction to your nervous system that you are no longer operating out of guilt. You are acknowledging the void not as a loss, but as a space of infinite potential. You are taking radical responsibility for your own energy. Let the old connections fade away with grace. Do not fight the silence. Protect your highly conductive field. Command the frequency of your own life. And above all else, be well.